So let's take a look at component and feature teams and what the differences are between them. The Scrum Guide tells us that the Scrum team should be cross-functional, meaning the members have all the skills necessary to create value each sprint. It's recommended that the teams do not specialize and silo themselves into various components of the product. So I'll give you an example to clarify this. A component team might be a team that specialize in the database aspect of it and only do database work. And then another team might specialize in the front end design and building the front end system. Then there might be a specialist security team as well. So when you're developing the product, what it means is that you've got multiple different specialist teams with really in-depth knowledge in their area, but it's going to take a lot of dependencies between the teams and a lot of good communication to develop that integrated increment and therefore the product. There may be lots of dependencies between these teams and communication might suffer as a result, and they are focused on just one area, which means that creativity and problem solving might suffer as well, because they are less focused on the bigger picture and the increment as a whole and more focused on their specific area. Personally, I see pros and cons to both. In reality, nobody knows everything about everything. So the more you specialize, the more in-depth knowledge you can have on a certain topic. But for Scrum and the PSM II assessment, remember that it's feature teams that Scrum wants. They want the developers to have all the skills necessary to develop the product. So this means not relying on specialist external teams. Feature teams, let's have an example of that. Well, a feature team is a team that can build the product from start to finish, end to end. An example might be a mobile phone app game and you want to build a new feature, a new in-game currency for it. The developers should have all the skills and knowledge necessary to be able to do that work and be able to work on multiple layers of the feature. So a feature team will focus on the new feature and they'll all work together to build it end to end, rather than having specialists focusing on one component and relying on one team to build one element of it and then another team to build another element of it, etc. So let's take a look at a typical question you might get on the PSM II certification.